of age in Nigeria before the 1980s and the 1990s. Everything that is wrong with the Nigeria of the millennials was equally wrong with your own Nigeria. In certain instances, your own Nigeria was even worse. What distinguished your imperfect Nigeria in the past from the imperfect Nigeria of the millennials in the present is the fact that despite all the putrefaction around you, the older generation before you gave you role models who taught you to ask such questions as, did he steal? Did he steal? Why did he steal? What becomes of his family's name now? These were the questions you grew up knowing how to ask. No matter the level of decay around you, if you are of a certain generation. Faced with the same fact of theft and in exactly the same circumstances, millennials are the first generation we raised and taught to ask, is he the only thief? Is it your father's money that he stole? Is it not our turn to steal? Why are you witch hunting only my own thieves? What about your own thieves? Even the most sacrosanct political figures and heroes of bygone eras were consistently charged and critiqued by the people. The same applies to our worst military traducers. None was above criticism even at the height of their power. Degree 4 did not help the current president of Nigeria when he was in power in the 1980s. He was constantly critiqued and challenged. Settlement and co-optation did not help Ibrahim Babangida. He could not muzzle the people. Abacha rolled out tanks and mowed down people in broad daylight in Lagos. It did not help him. It did not place him above criticism. In fact, guerrilla journalism developed right under Abacha's nose. At no time did Nigerians police fellow Nigerians and muzzled their right to critique and challenge power and authority. We have enabled precisely that culture in the era of millennials. As far as I know, this is the first time in our history when citizens self-police and also police fellow citizens in order to ensure that no voice is raised to engage or critique or question political heroes once they are deemed to be saints. A Nigeria in which it was once possible to question, critique, underline, and disagree with Obafemi Awolowo, Nnamdi Azikiwe, and Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, has become a space in which you may critique EFCC corruption indictments only at your own peril. A Nigeria in which it was once possible to challenge Sani Abacha has become a space where to ask questions about FFK's EFCC portfolio is to run the risk of being shouted down by products of social media madrasas who would tolerate no questioning of their hero. How did we get to this point? There will be as many answers to this question as there are people in this hall. You grew up in a Nigeria where the dominant public ethos was crime and punishment. Yet, punishment was no sufficient deterrence for you non-students of the country. How much more a generation to whom we subsequently bequeathed an ethos of crime without punishment, which is what we currently have. or you may wish to make that crime with the immense reward of material wealth and improved social standing, which is the order we currently have. For instance, I was, as I prepared to come to Ilori, I was informed that the senator representing my own constituency, I'm not going to name names, not only many of you don't know where I come from, so you won't know him. But this senator is one of the most stupendously wealthy guys in this country. And he loves to flaunt that wealth, all over the place, social media, everywhere, he's flaunting obscene wealth, and that wealth cannot be accounted for. But I was made to understand as I was coming here, somebody sent me a note that he has been awarded more than 100 chieftaincy titles in this country. So there are over 100 communities rewarding somebody in this country for being wealthy without being able to account for the wealth. So that's the context in which we are raising